Hello there, and welcome to Empower Your Soul podcast. Today is my very first evidential mediumship live reading, and I loved this so much. I have to be completely honest with you that this individual, Lindsay, this lovely woman, Lindsay, came. She was my server at a restaurant recently while I was out with a group of friends. And the entire night, there was a gentleman whenever she showed up at the table that was like poking at me the whole night. And normally I'm really good at keeping them out. I don't like them bothering me. Don't come up to me in public. That's not what I'm going to do. But he continued to show up over and over and over again every time she came to the table. And of course, the group of ladies I was with are all witchy. So at the very end of the dinner, I looked at them and I was like, am I the only one that's picking up the mail every time she comes to the table? And then they were like, oh my God, you have to say something. And I was like, I'm in public. I'm not going to say anything. And then they proceeded to give me all the signs that I should probably say something, but I'm so freaking against it. So finally, I was like, fine, I will go. Fine. So she was in the back of the restaurant. So I saw her kind of alone in the back of the restaurant. So I walked up to her and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you believe in mediums, but I talk to dead people. And she immediately started welling up with tears. And I said, there has been this guy with you all night and I can't shake it. So, and so she was so appreciative of me calling out this gentleman. And I was like, you are in the middle of work. I do not want to interrupt you. So I said, here is a free podcast reading. I will read for you on here. I will give you his message, but I want to maintain boundaries. I know you're at work. I don't want to do this here with you right now. So that's how Lindsay and I met. And I'm so grateful for her for being open to allowing me to read for her, even though, it was just me and some misfits at a restaurant one night. And she took my information down and yeah, the rest is history. So Lindsay, thank you so much if you're listening for allowing me to do this reading for you. It was such a pleasure. What's interesting about this reading, as my first unedited version of this, you're going to see I don't get everything right. And especially when I try to dig, and you're going to see this at the end, when I try to reach for things, especially as we talk about painting clay and what are they painting clay, what happens is I dig into my own energy. And that's exactly why I got it wrong, is because I was reaching for it and spirit slapped me on the hand and they're like, absolutely not. We're going to give you everything that's wrong. So you're going to see that. You're going to see what happens when you reach instead of wait to receive, which is at the end. But he's just such an interesting soul in the way the information comes across. And he's a little bit all over the place. And a lot of how the message comes in for this reading is part of his personality. And it takes me a minute to realize it. So pay attention. I'm going to be totally honest that I feel completely vulnerable putting this reading up there. I'm not going to say it's my best work, but that's okay. I'm going to say I gave it my best, like I do every time. I showed up for spirit and spirit showed up for me. And this is what we got. So true to form, not 100% accurate. No medium is, but I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a wonderful listen. And I would love to hear any comments or questions that you have related to this podcast. So thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you listening in. If you want to sign up for a free reading, head to my website, sign up, and I will be releasing some of those shortly. All right. Thanks so much. Enjoy the listen. All right. Welcome, Lindsay. So great to have you here today.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this gentleman through that came through, when you were waiting my table. I'm sorry. See who this is and what they're here to do. I know just a tiny bit, but let me ask him to step forward for you and we will, just let me know if things resonate or don't resonate.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I have to tell you right off the bat, the first thing that he gives me is, this is just a really funny guy. Is that fair? Like he's just very jovial. I feel like he's just full of life and full of energy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Very loud.
Correct.
Okay. And I I love his energy, but also I feel like he's very volatile from one day to the next. Are his emotions always up and down all day long?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it's really funny because I'm also feeling like he's very plan as much as his volatility is there, I feel like he's a very good planner. Like I feel like he knows his things, he has things in his place, he has things he needs to do, and he has like everything is squared and like everything to him is black or white. You have to do it a certain way, you have to do it his way. There's no other way around doing the things. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I do feel like his passing is very tragic, very sudden and tragic. And I think I mentioned that when I saw you in person. Um, and I know that he doesn't have time to say goodbye to anybody. Is that correct? He loves his mom. What's with his mom? Do you know his mom?
No.
You don't. Okay. He's showing me how much he loves his mom and how hard his mom is taking this. Does he speak another language as well? Like, is he Puerto Rican, or does he speak Spanish?
Italian.
He's Italian. Oh, sorry. Wrong skin color. I was interpreting that wrong. Okay. Cause I could see like the darker skin, and I could feel how close he is to his ethnicity. Like, would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. It's very important to him. And I love that he's Italian, and I just can't stop moving my hands while I talk to you. So that makes sense to me. He feels like somebody who is all love, just absolutely loves and adores. And I feel like he's almost like, and I think when I went up to you, I said, dad is your dad. And I think the reason I'm saying that, and I'm still feeling it now, is just because he helps and he protects and he takes care of everybody. Like he's the one who like, this is his flock. Like he's like, I want to say he's mama hen, but he's not. He's like the rooster that takes care of everybody.
Wait, what did you just say?
Mama hen.
Okay, that's what they call me.
So no accident that he's having me say that, because okay, so obviously he's calling you out. There, I love it. I love it. But he protects the flock. But so you must also protect the flock as well. So so this would be more of a peer to you then, in terms of the relationship, because you feel equal, and I feel like you two butt heads all the time. And I feel like, to the point of, for me, listening to it in my head, it's almost comedic, but to the point of like almost yelling at each other, or like nitpicking at each other and being like, you're wrong, you're wrong. And it's not necessarily, I'm going to say, the most respectful dynamic between the two of you, but you're both cool with it because you both know how much you love each other.
Right.
Okay. And is he super clumsy too?
I don't think so.
Okay, so he's showing me shoes for some reason, but I feel like I'm tripping over my own shoes. Would this be something that you do? How would you understand like tripping over shoes or someone being clumsy? If you can't place it, that's totally fine with me.
No, I don't think I don't think I
All
can't
right.
say that.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm gonna have to ask him to show it to me in a different way. Did somebody have a problem with their ankle lately, or did someone like step wrong or twist their ankle lately?
No, when I met his daughter, she had an a brace on.
That's it. That's where it is. Okay, got it. Because he keeps showing me like this. Was it her right ankle? Do you know?
I
Like
think I'm trying to think. I don't remember, but I could maybe say yes. I don't
okay,
remember.
because he's showing me it's like the right ankle, and it looks like she twisted it or something. So okay, so validation for you that this is him, because they'll bring forward whatever evidence they can that this is them. I mean, it was kind of silly evidence, but I got to go with it when I get it. So let me see what
Right.
he wants to, what else he wants to talk about. What he's telling me is how in awe you are of him, because he's so smart. And I think on the surface, he doesn't look as together as he is. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because he's so smart. Like he's so smart, and he just knows people, and he knows things, and he knows processes like nobody else. And I know that as soon as you accepted this job, you're like, I'm going to learn so much from him. I'm going to learn so much from him. And he becomes this pseudo teacher to you that helps you learn and grow and really helps you see things in a different way. Fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. very self-deprecating man. I feel like he makes fun of himself all the time. Is his hair super thin and he makes fun of his hair all the time?
No,
What's up with his hair? Did he get a buzz cut? Like, I feel like he's making fun
no,
of his own hair.
he had like a lot of hair. He had
He
like
had
a
a lot of hair.
yeah, thick head of hair.
Okay. So when it comes in opposite like that for me, because he's literally showing me like he has like hair plugs and there's nothing there. So he must be really freaking funny and he must like just heckle on people all the time. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he's heckling on me right now by showing me something that's opposite. That's always a personality trait that comes through. So let me see if there's anything else he wants to bring forward as evidence. Was he's talking about the restaurant. He's talking about the numbers and the financials in the restaurant. And I get this feeling like he figures out a way to make it work, even though the books don't look very good. Would you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's almost, he's showing me it's like this Hail Mary thing that happened that allowed the restaurant to stay open or get open. Would you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Like last ditch effort, can't believe it was a miracle that saved the day. And
Yeah.
this, okay. And it feels like this continues to happen over and over again in the restaurant. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I like there, he's reminding me of like the DJ booth in the corner. Like you've had whoever, I don't know if it's him or if it's the current owner, had to reinvent themselves over and over and over again to change and understand the market and making sure that it stayed open. Like, and then like a new chef came in at some point. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like over and over and over again. And the right people or things happen at the right time in order to save this place. Because there's been a lot of talk of, is this place going to close down? Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to close down. Like, I feel like this is going to be an institution. I see it there for at least another 5 years, at least. I will say that. I do think it's going to go really well. And by the way, obviously he's haunting the place. So, so there's that. Making sure that the right people show up at the right time. But that's not an accident. And he's saying that happens to you in life all the time too. Do you have the right people that show up at the right time for you in life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I feel like he's talking now about things he wouldn't necessarily know about, but he's dead now and he can kind of see everything that happens. So he
Mm-hmm.
wants to talk to you about how your life is a miracle and how, despite tremendous adversity growing up, and I don't know what that is, but despite this tremendous adversity, you have always been faced with huge challenges in your life and you have always been able to overcome it every single time. And then when you look back, you're like, that was easy.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Correct.
You make mountains out of molehills and then you go over back and see the molehill and you're like, what was I worried about all the time? And you have children, correct? You have a
Correct.
son. You have 2 children?
Yes.
Okay. Because I see the son and I see a daughter. Would you understand that? Is that accurate or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have, I have 2, I birthed 2 girls and I took in 2 girls. So I have 4 total.
Oh, okay. Because I'm seeing a boy. Who would the boy be then?
I have a nephew.
Nephew. Okay. All right. Hang on a second. So let me see what he's showing me. So would he have 2 kids?
He has 3.
He has 3. Again, boy, girl. The boy is a spitting image of his dad, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see where he's going with this. Cause I'm seeing, where is he going with this? I haven't placed it right. Give me one second. I'm going to ask him to show it to me in a different way. I'm going to have him bring me back around. So, and what he's telling me is that you want to provide for your kids and you want them to have the best life that they possibly can. Obviously, you're a mom, right? But you will stop at nothing. And again, that's where that mama hen comes in. You will stop at nothing to protect these kids and make sure everything happens. And this is why you're such a workhorse and you do everything all the time. Everything all the time. So he wants to applaud you for your amazing work ethic and always knowing there's a better way and a different way to do things. And you are very much the opposite of him because you are so flexible where he is so rigid in life. I promise there's method to the madness here. I'm gonna trust him that this is all going somewhere. But what is so important for you is to remember that life is meant for like living and having fun, and that you need to make sure you're bringing fun into your everyday life as well, because you are so serious all the time about life and making sure everything's in order and making sure everything is done a certain way. And like, I feel like this is a little bit of his energy coming through, but like making sure that everything's taken care of in the way that you want it taken care of. And I know you're flexible on how to get there, but you always have these amazing goals and destinations in mind, and he's going to help you get there because you don't want to stop where you're at today. No, like you don't want to stop at the restaurant at your current job. Like you don't want to stop there. I know you have big dreams and aspirations for yourself, but I know that you have to get your things in order for you to be able to financially make it work. So you're thinking about opening a business of some sort. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. Because I'm feeling like it's going to be the same Hail Mary approach to your business as will be this restaurant, like as is this restaurant. I think things are just going to work out, and that you're going to know that it's time for this business when things just start to fall into place for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to, and things are going to be like, well, all the signs are there. Now I'm just going to follow those signs and let it lead the way. So he's giving you this feeling of hope, this feeling of, yes, go for it when the time is right. And in the meantime, start building that foundation now, start making those building blocks happen so that you can get out. And I like want, and I know you have no desire more than to live life on your terms and be your own boss and help others in the way that you want to help others. And you will absolutely be able to get there and be successful in it.
Wow.
Yep. But you have to believe in yourself and you have to build that foundation. And I know that you're willing to put in the work, but also he's kind of laughing because it's not just going to happen. And I think he's great proof of that because he's talking about how he's the owner of the restaurant, correct?
He was one of four.
One of four. So you can see in how he had to open the restaurant, like all of those steps to open the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And how much work went into it, because he was there like night, day, weekends, all the time, 24/7, right? Is he a really sweaty guy, by the way?
No.
No, because I was sweating earlier, so I just had to ask about that. That might be somebody else coming through. And I don't normally sweat, so I figured it wasn't. I'm like, it's got to be someone else coming through. Okay. But he wants to give you peace of mind that he's okay, that everything happens for a reason. And even though there was no reason for what happened to him, like it was such a tragic ending for such an amazing life. And he's funny. He's a little arrogant too, huh? Even though you don't understand it now, you will, I hear him say. Can't give away all his secrets, he's telling me. Do you have any questions for him?
Oh my God.
If you don't, that's okay. I just felt like I needed to ask you that at this moment.
No, I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
Okay. Let me see. So the two that I saw, I don't think they were your kids, and I don't think they were his kids. I think it was you and him. And I feel like I want to say that because you two feel, even though I know you're not related, you two feel like brother and sister to me. And I think you've always questioned the closeness of the relationship of the two of you. And why is it like that? And this wasn't a romantic relationship, correct? No, I don't think so. Okay, thank you. Like I had to ask because like it doesn't feel that way to me, but there's so many similar but yet total opposite traits of the two of you. And I feel like he tumbled into your life in some weird, ironic way. And I don't know how he did, but he's suddenly tumbled in and he's there and he offers you the world in a very brotherly way, not in a romantic way. is that is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
And like what he offers feels like too good to be true. And you know that you can't say no to this. And there is no reason for him to trust you the way that he does. Correct? Like and I feel like you've always wondered, why? Why?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, Lindsay, if you believe in past lives, but you were actually brother and sister in a past life. You and him are souls that are continuously in each other's lives, like more often than not. And it's just because the two of you have this amazing, almost like symbiotic relationship where one's weakness is the other one's strengths and vice versa. And the two of you together are like a powerhouse that makes change happen quickly and with immense impact for the people around. And that is what the two of you were supposed to do in this lifetime, is bring the two of you together at the right moment to make immense impact and change people's lives, because I know the two of you have changed people's lives. And it might be on a small scale. It might just be on the employees of that restaurant, but you changed their lives. Like, I feel like there was a struggling mom there who couldn't pay her bills, and you hired her and because you believed in her, and now she can pay her bills. Is that fair? Yeah. So big impact doesn't need to be on a big scale. It can be on a tiny scale. So that is the relationship of the two of you. You are kindred souls who were supposed to meet and supposed to make this impact together. And what that relationship has done for you is now inspiring you to move forward with your own dreams and your own plans, and knowing that anything is possible because you have the strength, you have the perseverance, you have the like background, the knowledge, the education to accomplish what comes next in your life. And you just needed to believe it was possible. And he's the one who showed you that it was possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there's no accidents who ends up in our lives, no matter how long or how short they're there. And he was never meant to live longer than he was. He was meant to make a short impact here in this lifetime. And he's really funny too, because I feel like he turns into this guide. Oh my gosh. And there's this feeling of like, oh, thank God I'm done. Because he just worked 24/7 his entire life. So he can finally rest now. He does want to tell you what it's like on the other side, if you want to chat about that for a moment, because he is talking about he's not gonna go through who he meets because it's all family. And he's got a really big family, huh? Really big. Oh my gosh. Like with like, there's so many little kids in the family too, not like departed, like alive. I want to specify that, but like, I can see how ginormous the family is, because I can see how ginormous, like how many ancestors he has on the other side waiting for him when he comes into the other side. But he's just like, Lindsay, it's freaking amazing up here. Like, I just hear him just so excited about being able to meet all these. Did he love talking about like inspirational people? No. He's talking right now. I have to ask because sometimes there's a parallel. If not, that's totally fine. But he's like so excited to meet all these really inspirational people and learn from them. So maybe that's it, is that he was a people person who always wanted to talk to people and learn from them, right? Wanted to hear everyone's life stories. So he's continuing to do that on the other side. That was the tie. It wasn't the famous. It was wanting to learn everyone's stories. And he gets to do that all day long, especially with like these famous people, or people we would consider famous, or these old people that like aren't here or haven't been here for thousands of years. But at the same time, he's able to watch over his family and you and everybody else, and like help people and give them signs and let them know he loves them. And and being able to kind of be everywhere at once and give everyone the love and the signs that he is still there with him. You hear music that reminds you of him all the time. Is that correct? What's with the music?
No, he at the restaurant, he would always say the music's too loud, the music's too loud.
So do you hear like music that's too loud all the time?
All the time.
So that's what I mean when I'm saying it's that he's sending you signs through the music. So it's not, this is the first time the spirit said this to me. So that's really interesting, or pulled it this way. So it's not actually about the music itself. It's the fact that the music's too loud. So whenever like, do you turn on your radio in your car and it's like blasting wicked loud music? That's him sending that sign to you to make you laugh.
My God. So crazy.
You can't make that stuff up, right? So it's things like that. So he'll send you signs that are really personal to you, the things that you would know or recognize about him. And do you still talk about him too? Like, oh, he would have solved the problem this way. He would have done this. He would have done that. So he's calling that out as evidence that he's still around too. It's like, oh, I wish he were here to solve this. I don't want to solve this problem. It should have been his problem to solve. Fair. But he's so happy for the ability for this connection today to let you know he's still here. He's still with you. Are you always cold?
No, I'm always hot.
You're always hot. So it's you. It was you, the sweaty one. He's like coming through with everything I got wrong. He's so freaking funny. Is this him? Does he like everything in a nice bow with everything having like completeness with no ambiguity? Okay, that would explain why he keeps bringing up the things. Because that's his personality. He's like, I want to talk about the cold and sweat thing again. So that's you that he was referring to, that you're always hot. Got it. Okay. He's so funny. For the people that work at the restaurant, most of them still knew him, right? Is it like half? I want to say it's like half. I don't know if that's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then do you have his picture up? Is there his picture in the back room somewhere? So evidence to you that he sees it, because I see it looks like an oval to me. It's probably not, but it's like an oval.
Front, we have an M with his picture in it.
Oh, I love it. So he's calling that out as evidence. What's his name?
Mario.
Okay. That's so funny. Of course it's Mario. But he's calling out the picture as evidence that he's around. He sees what's going on. He sees that people still talk about him. People still think about him. And he just wants you all to know, I'm still there listening. I'm still there. Don't say anything mean, because I can hear it all. See if there's anything else he wanted to bring through today for you. Such a sweet soul. He's just there's no one else like him. He's so sweet and so kind and so loving. And I know will continue to watch over you, watch over your kids, watch over the restaurant. And I know that he will be helping you with whatever comes ahead in your life. And again, I'm hearing him say, dream big. Anything is possible. Thank you, Lindsay. Is there anything?
No, can we just circle back for 1 second?
Yeah.
Or something. You said there was a little girl and a little boy.
Yeah.
So that could be, I just went with his grandson with my youngest daughter. We went and painted pottery.
With a little girl and a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Okay, cool. So I love that he tries to fit everything in for me. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I love that. I love that.
Like, what was that boy and girl? What was that boy and girl? And that's all I can think about.
But being able, so yeah, this is how spirit works, right? So he's trying to bring up new or things that you've done. I'm like, I knew there were two somewhere, but things that you've done recently as evidence that he's around you and watching over you and is with you still, because I think that is the biggest problem a lot of people have is this continuity of life. And are
Hmm.
they really there? And by giving evidence of what have I done lately or what has happened since my passing, they're able to kind of prove that continuity along with me just not knowing anything about you or him and being able
Hmm.
to pull in the personality and evidence and all that stuff. But I love that. So he's trying to give that message to you. Let me see if there's anything he wants to say about the pottery. Um, his grandson. Was one of them like a coin bank or no?
No.
He's showing me I'll show you what he's showing me in my brain is when we have gone to pottery places. My son has painted a train with that's a coin bank. So that's what he's showing me in my head. I'm going to see if he can show.
No, we didn't do that.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Let me see what he has to say then. But he does the grandson paint something that someone else in the family likes? I guess that's the way I want to say it. Probably not. He probably painted a dinosaur or something.
No, we just painted plates.
Plates. Okay. Okay. Was there like a lot of green in the color?
Yeah, green. Yeah, green.
I'm seeing the green. I'm seeing like, okay, I'm gonna leave it there then because that I'm not meant to know everything, and that's totally fine. But it's just really funny. So let me see where else he wants to go, if there's anything else with the but he's thanking you for taking them out and having that experience with them. I know the family's like as crazy as he is, huh? They're always busy, always running around all the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get you. I get you. So it's wonderful that you can take that time and spend it with them as well.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else, Lindsay, I can answer for you, or any other questions you had for him?
No, I don't think so.
Why do I get this feeling like his funeral or his wake was really small, but also very big at the same time? Was there like so much love in the room?
So much love.
Um, because he's just giving me this feeling like it was very intimate. Like there were not, and I know we mentioned how big his family is, but I don't feel like there's not. Would you understand that? Like it feels like there's not a lot of people there. It feels like there should be more people there, or I don't know if there's not physically enough room there to fit more people.
Yeah. I mean, it was busy. It was busy, but I feel like the church was really big. So we were
Okay.
spread out.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe that's it because I'm just getting this feeling like it's smaller than it should be, or like there's just this weird energy of it's small but it's big. It's small but it's big. Um, so let me ask him what the message is with the small but it's big. Is he a bit of a puzzle, this guy? Okay. Cause like he's continuously making me like giving me these things that just don't fit for me. And I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? And I feel like this could be his personality peeking through too, because everything is just like a puzzle. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, sir? I don't understand. Why can't you just show me the picture clearly in my head? Cause he can't, because he can't. Everything has to be complicated. Is that fair?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
um, and as soon as I say that, hopefully that will go away. But he loved the services. They were was it Catholic as well? Yeah. He loved the services and he felt the love. He wanted you to know that he was there for that as well. And like everyone showed up. Like everyone in the family showed up. He was loved. I think the feeling I was getting is that everyone was local that showed up, but I think there's a lot of people who didn't realize he died. And it should have been way busier than it was. And I think people are going to find out. And I feel like you still have people coming in the front door of the restaurant being like, hey, where's Mario? And you're like, oh no, he died, buddy. He died. Like, is that true?
I don't think it's ever happened to me.
Oh, okay. I'm going to leave that with you then, because that will probably happen. So if I said it, I'm going to ask him to give me something to make me agree with that. But like, usually if he says something like that, that means like so be on the lookout. If someone says, hey, this guy came in for Mario looking for him. What, and then what's with the pink flowers? Did someone have pink flowers recently, or did someone get pink flowers? Or pink flowers, or like in their hair or something like that with like your daughters? It could be, it could be not literal flowers. It could be like something that looked like a flower or carnation or something like that on something.
I don't think so.
I'll leave that for you. Okay. Because he loved to show how much he loved and appreciated people. And I feel like he's going to show up with pink flowers for you. So pay attention as well.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm going to leave that with you. Let's see if he has anything else he wants to give you. I'm sure your time's wrapping up. I feel like his passing has opened up a whole new side of you with a whole new perspective and appreciation for life that you never had before. Because I feel like you've had death in your family and with friends, but nothing like this, nothing to this extent, or someone that was so close to you that meant so much to you. So this is your cue to realize, obviously, that time is limited here on this planet, and that you should be doing things that fill your life with love, that fill your life with happiness, and that give you a sense of purpose and meaning. And stop wasting your time on the day-to-day BS that you do all day, every day, that does not fill your cup or help bring you happiness, because there's so many different ways that you can fill your cup in this life, and you don't need to fill it with ways that make you not feel fulfilled. So challenge yourself to look at life, at everything you do, just a little bit differently, and make sure, does this feel right for me? Is this the right thing I should be doing? Even little tiny things. Because those small changes are going to make a world of difference in terms of happiness and joy in your life.
Totally.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. This was a pleasure. I'm going to thank Mario for coming here today. And I really appreciate you trusting me and letting you give this reading. And I'm going to send you all the love, because I know your energy is just so lovely. I know you're such a wonderful person, and I know he had these big messages for you. So hopefully you take them, and obviously you're going to do what you want with them, but I'm sending you all the love.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll end it there. Anything I can answer for you, Lindsay?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. How you feeling?
Good.
Okay. I'm sure you probably have to get back. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Now, where can I listen to this?
I can send you the recording so you can go and download it. And then, yeah, how did, yeah, like,
I feel like
how are you feel?
I don't know. I feel like I'm hot right now, and I feel like my chest is so heavy.
Okay. Is that how he passed? Was it something in the chest?
He died from like cancer, but it was because but it was like he had battled cancer for a while, but it was more his liver.
Oh, okay.
And so he basically like drowned. Like
oh, I'm so sorry. But he's definitely sometimes most of the time a spirit will come in talking about how they died. He does not want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like that's a personality of his, is that he minimized his health. He didn't talk about it with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
I'll send you the recording, but let me know if you have any questions.
I will.
Okay. I'm sending you all the love. Good luck for the rest of your work day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye.